I'm sorry. I just don't see how there's anywhere I can help. But don't lose heart. Another 10 or so years of this won't kill you. Thank you, Doctor. Days came, and days passed. Soon even I began to doubt that anyone could help me get better. That is, until last Tuesday. You see, I'm a middle-aged woman. For the past 12 years of my life, I bled. It was frustrating and embarrassing. I saw doctor after doctor, and each time, it was the same story. Over time, my problem only grew worse. I found myself discouraged, poor, and alone. I guess you could call it my personal rock bottom. Taking my daily trip to the well was always my least favorite part of the day. The other women would talk about me and remind me of how I was unclean. But last Tuesday, I heard the most beautiful news. I remember it so clearly. I had my bucket in this hand, and I was holding up the side of my dress with the other, and I knelt by the well. There were two ladies talking, right here. I know it's rude to eavesdrop, but this was the news I had waited so long to hear. Jezebel, can you believe this man? I heard he was going around healing people on the Sabbath in the synagogue. Who ever heard of such a thing? Oh, you haven't heard of him? Well, let me tell you. His name is Jesus, and he claims to be the Son of God. He's only a carpenter from Nazareth. But how anyone can perform such miracles apart from the Almighty, I don't know. Regardless, he's on his way to our town and should be here by next Friday. From the moment I heard about him at the well, I believed, there wasn't a doubt in my mind, that if I could even touch his garment, I would be made well. After so long of hearing nothing but bad reports, a message like this brought me such hope. When Jesus finally made it to our town, there was a huge crowd of people in the streets, trying to see him and his friends. I didn't care how hard it would be to reach him. All I knew was that Jesus was the only way I could ever be made well again. So I decided to press my way through the streets. Excuse me. Jesus! Oh, sorry! Jesus! I was healed, completely healed in that 1 second. But then he stopped, and he began to ask who had touched him. He said that he felt power leave from him. I was so scared, but knowing that he was referring to me, I spoke up. Thank you. Jesus, thank you. You see, I was sick and bleeding. But I knew that if I could even touch your clothes, that sounds crazy, I know. And then he looked at me. He didn't see my sickness like everyone else. He saw me, and he smiled. He took my hand and said to me, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." I was healed. He had to be Christ, the Son of God. In his name even, there's such life. I've never had such extraordinary faith or hope. I've never felt such extraordinary love or peace. All because of this man, my healer. Whom extraordinary doesn't even begin to describe.